Hi everyone, welcome back. So happy to be with you again today and pick up where we left off. Last time we were talking about using books with young children to promote mindfulness. And today you can see I'm surrounded by some of my very favorite things, which are story baskets. Now I'll be happy to explain what a story basket is, but before I do, let me say this was far from my invention. Many years ago, when I was a classroom teacher, I was invited to work with a group at Rice University that was at that time known as the Classroom Storytelling Project. And it was our mission to promote early literacy development in classrooms for young children. And one of the ways we did that was through the use of story baskets. I have them all around me. Let me show you one now. This is perhaps my favorite story basket. It contains a book that I use very often when I work with 2 to 3-year-old children called Little Monkey Calms Down by Michael Dahl. And essentially what you have here is a book with a basket or a bin that contains the props that the children can use to act out or dramatize the story. The concept is very simple and very much like what Louise Shanaher does in her beautiful work. Louise uses arts and crafts primarily. She uses props, things the children create and things we create for the children's use to help make the abstract concepts of mindfulness come to life for young children. Young children like to get their hands on things. They learn through play, by doing. So what better way to bring a story to life than to give them the props that they can use to, again, act out or dramatize the story. The one I have here is quite simple. And when I introduce it to young children, I first begin by introducing them to my monkey friend right here. And I might say, hello, monkey. Would you like an ice cream cone? Well, what child doesn't like an ice cream cone? What adult doesn't like one for that matter? Would you like one? And I offer them the pretend cone. Isn't that good? And then all of a sudden what happens? The monkey drops his ice cream cone, and that's where our story begins. Oh no, poor little monkey. Do you see what's happened? He is having a tough time. Wah, wah, wah. Little monkey feels sad and mad and angry. Notice how we name the feelings. And then we say, calm down, little monkey. It's okay to cry. We give him permission to feel and express all his feelings. Calm down, little monkey. Cuddle with your blankie. And what do I have here? Essentially, it's just a little washcloth that you'd use with a young baby. And we offer that to the monkey. You see how we're literally acting out the story. Calm down, little monkey. Take a deep breath. And here's where I might introduce the Hoberman sphere and take some breaths with the children in the hopes that we will make our monkey feel all better. Calm down, little monkey. Sing a quiet song. And I might do that. Calm down, little monkey. Be still and relax. And here, I don't know if you can see, I have a very little pinwheel to literally simulate the photo that we see in the book. And we give it to our monkey and see if that helps him. Are you feeling better, little monkey? Well, of course he is. Who wouldn't be after all that tender care? Now let's have a fun day. So I went through that one step by step. I'm not going to do it now with all these others, but perhaps in some subsequent videos, I will show you how I use them. The point is, story baskets are just great fun for young children, and typically I introduce a new one in each of my classes. When I'm talking with the children about their feelings and talking about the fact that everything belongs, I generally like using a book called The Color Monster by Anna Lennis. And in this book, each color relates to a different emotion. And when the story begins, we have a little girl who finds a monster who's all mixed up inside. He doesn't know how he's feeling. You can see he's colored all over. And so the little girl literally goes through step by step, goes through with the monster and helps him sort through his many feelings. Happy, for example, and sad.